Well, one of the biggest political stories of the year is the shellacking the Democrats took in congressional races. The polls, which were hopelessly wrong yet again, predicted Democrats picking up seats. Numerous Republicans, many of them younger, conservative, pro-life women, won hotly contested races, which countered the narrative that the country has been trending bluer in recent years. My first guest tonight deserves a lot of credit for his work as the House Minority Leader. Here is my conversation with California Republican House Leader Kevin McCarthy. I want to look back at 2020. One high spot is your leadership of the House Republicans has been, and I'm not trying to flatter you, but it's been unbelievably remarkable, shocked a lot of people across the country who said that the House would lose many seats. Leader McCarthy, you didn't lose seats, you gained seats in a time when that wasn't supposed to happen. So what's the secret sauce here?
Well, the secret part about it is finding really good quality candidates. But what really helped us was President Trump. President Trump, his policies, he campaigned with them. But the more uniqueness about this, when you think of where the Republican Party, we didn't lose one incumbent, not one. And who did we beat? These Democrats across the country that wanted to defund the police, destroy really the institutions of what we know, and dismantle them. And what we had was a commitment to America. And what's interesting, we will have more Republican women in Congress than any time in history, more minorities. Every single Democrat that got beat by a conservative woman, a conservative minority, or a conservative veteran. This is what has awakened inside this country, that they can stand up and fight back. And President Trump worked very hard, walked lockstep with me. We won 2 seats in Miami. We won in New York. We won in Minnesota. We picked up 4 seats from the last Congress in California.
Yeah. Unbelievable. I mean, these are numbers that would be stunning in any election year because it's just not supposed to happen this way. And so looking forward to 2021, you're going to be very close to a parity with the Democrats, certainly much closer than you were. How does this affect the ability to negotiate legislation, set you up really for the 2022 election cycle, where Republicans will likely take the lead, you become Speaker?
Well, you're right. Every person predicted we'd lose 15 to 20 seats. Yeah. But we actually gained. And the interesting part here, it starts off in the new year with voting for Speaker. There are 10 Democrats who are coming back who didn't vote for Nancy last time. If 10 of them vote against her, she's no longer Speaker. But if we're sitting around 212 or 213, it's only 5 more seats to be the majority. The Democrats are going to have a hard time passing any legislation with that socialist wing of their party, AOC and others, who want to continue down that path. So Republicans have a real opportunity. We might not be in the majority. We might not be able to schedule the floor, but we could run the floor as long as we stick together and carry the policies out that we know the American public care most about.
I mean, there are clearly some Democrats who understand that if they attach themselves to the defund the police message and a radical socialist agenda, they're in districts that are close enough to conservative that it could be their undoing. So is there a possibility there would be some votes where you would actually have some Democrats voting with the Republicans in 2021?
I believe that because there's more than 18 Democrats who won with less than 52% of the vote. And they know 2 more years from now, Republicans are going to win the majority. Nancy Pelosi will no longer be Speaker, and we'll have an agenda that America actually wants and needs, a commitment to America, that we rebuild our streets and make them safe instead of tearing them down, that we add 10 million new jobs to this economy instead of driving down the socialist views. There is a lot of good opportunities moving forward that Democrats can join with Republicans, and we could run the floor with good policy.
I've been watching the House of Representatives for a long, long time. I don't know that I can recall when there has been a greater sense of unity. And I again attribute that means leadership. You have provided it. But there is a unique level of unity among the Republicans in the House. And I want you to share with us, how do you think that came about? And what were some of the things that you did to get those House members to recognize you're going to get a lot further together than you will all fractured?
Well, you're very kind, but I really attribute it to all the members in the House. And the one thing I realize is we have so much talent and so deep in talent in the House. I just wanted to unshackle it, give everybody the opportunity. And you know what? When everybody has an opportunity, everybody's working in the same direction. And I'll give a lot of credit to President Trump. He gave us ideas to be able to move forward with on policy. He explained to us to be able to fight for these policies as well. And I have found time and again, we are more united than any time before. That's why when all those people who take polls, all those people who make money off predicting elections, every one of them was wrong. Not only did we not lose, we gained, because sticking together, just as Abraham Lincoln said, a divided house cannot stand upon itself. And that's why we're united. We'll win the majority, but more importantly, we will put America first and carry us in to this new century to make us even stronger.
The first big political moment of 2021 is going to be the Georgia Senate runoffs. 2 seats at stake, probably the balance of power in the Senate, could be the balance of power in the entire country, depending on how the presidential election eventually gets determined. So, how big a deal is it to you as the House leader on the Republican side for those 2 Senate seats to go Republican with David Perdue and Kelly Loeffler?
It is the biggest. It means more for the House than almost anything else of where we go within the country. Because if we are able to have the Senate, and we're just with 5 votes away within the House, we really could have a conservative agenda moving. But if we were to lose those, it could empower the socialist wing of the Democratic Party. Remember what these individuals have said. Barack Obama made the comment about Joe Biden that there's no difference to Joe Biden than Bernie Sanders. This is the fear what we have. A whole future for your children, for your grandchildren, really rests in Georgia on January 5th. It is the direction, is the next century going to be the American century?
Leader McCarthy, I want to say thank you for the leadership that you have provided to the House. Not just the Republicans, but really to the Republican Party in a larger sense. Your fundraising acumen, your recruiting of candidates has been stellar, and the country is better off for it. I'm looking forward to the day when the gavel is placed in your hands and we call you Speaker McCarthy. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you, Governor, and God bless.
Well, I'm so grateful for Leader McCarthy. I just think people need to realize what a terrific leader he has been for the conservative cause. He helped recruit great candidates and help them get elected. And you can find Leader McCarthy online. Just follow him on social media at GOP Leader or at kevinmccarthy.house.gov so you can keep up with all the latest.